So your money, it's worthless. But that's not your actual problem. Let me tell you a little story. As a junior in high school, I worked at a mall, the kinds that you actually went into. They had stores that teenagers would hang out and walk around and spend their parents' money. Well, I didn't get to work in one of those fancy stores that, sold shoes or the latest Skechers or the Gap where kids would buy those sweatshirts that everybody was wearing. No, I was the guy that worked in the middle of the hallway in one of those little kiosk booths selling yo-yos and weight loss pills. Now, I was a homeschooled kid, and that was a pretty good gig because I could work during the day starting at 9 a.m. when everybody else was going to school and get off around 4 o'clock. And I could do my schoolwork there at the kiosk because, let's face it, nobody was buying yo-yos at 9 o'clock in the morning. Working the day shift, I would spend my entire day at the mall, and I would eat at the mall. And every day for nearly 2 years, I would eat the same exact thing. I would go up to the food court and I would spend $3.34 on 2 cheeseburgers, a fry, and a Coke from McDonald's. And the reason I know this is because I would go there and I would hand Cassandra a $10 bill, and she would then hand me back $6.66, which I would then immediately hand her back a penny just to keep the devil at bay. Now, fast forward 25 years. And if I was to go to McDonald's and get the same exact thing with no added value, no more nutritional value, no larger burgers, no bigger fries, I would be spending $7.60. Now that is nearly a 230% increase from what I spent 25 years ago. And it just goes to show how the value of our dollar is worth so much less now. And it's not just with McDonald's, it's with everything. It's the food at the grocery store, it's the gas for our car, and especially property and homes and land. It would be easy for us to blame employers just saying that they're not paying enough, or that the economy is not growing as fast as inflation, or that our dollar is just devalued and it makes it difficult to buy the things that were once easy to buy. But complaining about a house that cost $150,000 in 2006 now costs $350,000, it doesn't help you any. Let me tell you another story. My wife and I were newlyweds and decided that we wanted to buy our first house. We had $10,000 in the bank cash and about $12,000 in debt from medical bills, student loans, and credit cards. I had started my own business and wasn't making very much, about $100 a week at that point. My wife was working as a receptionist for a school that taught computer classes to business professionals. To say the least, we were living paycheck to paycheck, and we were in no way, shape, or form ready. But at this point, subprime mortgages were booming, and they were more than happy to put us in a home that we were not able to pay for. They gladly gave us a 7% interest rate when the going rate was 5%, and just sat back and waited for us to fail. And we almost did. My business grew, but not that much. My wife got pregnant and had to quit her job because of medical reasons. Money got tight, and we started to have to make decisions like, do we pay the electric bill or do we pay the mortgage? I took a second job working third shift just to make ends meet, and then worked on my business during the day. I mean, it was hard, and we didn't know how we were gonna make it. We started getting behind in our payments, but we had always thought we would catch up next month. It wasn't until we got so far behind that I had to double up a house payment. I sent the check in to the mortgage company, and about a week later, they sent it back with a little letter saying that if we were not completely caught up on our payments by the end of the month, that they would start the foreclosure process. Now that was a wake-up call for us, that we really couldn't afford this affordable house. I don't even remember how it was that we survived at that time. It was only by the grace of God and through the help of others. But our higher value dollar wasn't helpful. And the lower cost of the house that we were paying for was not helpful. Our plan was flawed. And at that moment, my wife and I decided that our house payment, our rent payment, whatever payment it was that we had, was never going to be late again. See, we changed our minds about who we were, and that changed the things that we did. See, our problem was not the weak dollar or the economy or lenders. Our problem was us. Our problem was our mindset of the world, and that it was doing things to us that kept us from getting ahead. Now, by no means do we have it all together at this point. And it's not on our own merit that we're here today. It's just by the grace of God and the help of others that were willing to lend a hand. But it wasn't until we changed our minds that we were able to start taking action, that we were able to get out from underneath the victimization of the world into a life that was worth living and worth working hard for. And a part of that was making a plan and working the plan and adjusting the plan until it worked. Yes, houses cost more, but that doesn't mean they're not attainable. Cheeseburgers cost more, but McDonald's keeps selling cheeseburgers. What you need is a goal to aim for and a plan to achieve it, and a personal determination that drives you to success. Plenty of people are ready to help you with that along your way. In fact, I have 2 friends that are doing that this month. They recognize that the path of home ownership looks completely different than it did 20 years ago, but there still is a path. They're holding an online educational workshop that helps young people, newlyweds, first-time home buyers to better understand the process and that path of home ownership and how they can achieve it. So now, I'm not in any way affiliated with them or their business. I'm not making any money off of this, but I do know them, they're friends of mine, and I do trust them. And I know that they are genuinely trying to help people who are tired of feeling like a victim of this economy and this weak dollar, and overcome the mindset and find a way to fulfill their dreams. So they are local here to Middle Tennessee, but I know that the principles that they're going to teach and they're going to share span all throughout the country. August 31st, it's a 1-hour course. It's completely free. It's at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I'll leave a link down below where you can go directly to sign up. If you are interested in buying your first home, if you are a young person that feels lost and hopeless, like there is not a path, if you're a parent of a growing young person who is not got a clue about what home ownership looks like, I encourage you to sign up for this course. It doesn't take much time, but it'll go a long way in helping you understand what that path is. But even if you don't attend this workshop, I would encourage you to change your mindset about yourself and about who you are, and start taking action on your life and the things that you want to accomplish. Stop just taking the fruit that falls from the tree of life. Go up and climb the tree. Pick the fruit that you actually want.